Okay, after the theory session of the indicators, these are the very few questions are there. First is what is, I clearly mentioned difference between the equivalence point and end point. Okay, end point is related to the indicator and equivalence point is related to the salt formation. Okay, so in this question, salt concentration is given. Okay, what is the equivalence point for 0.1 molarity NH4Br? 0.1 molarity NH4Br. So this is found during titration of ammonia with HBr. Titration of ammonia with HBr. Okay, very simple question. Simply what you have to find out pH of this salt with this concentration you have to find. Okay, so pH, it is a, what it is? It is a SA, strong acid, weak base. It is a salt of what? Strong acid and weak base. It is salt of strong acid and weak base. It is salt of strong acid and weak base. Okay. So pH can be determined. For this, what you will use formula? Formula will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into pKw. For base, it should be minus pKb minus log C. Concentration will be minus. Okay. So on simplifying, substituting, you will get 5.13. How much you will get? 5.13 is the answer. Okay, what is the answer? 5.13. Here it is 14 and pKb already given 4.74, log of 0.1. So on simplifying you will get 5.13, that is the equivalence point. Equivalence point is related to the salt formation, concentration of the salt formation. Whereas this is about the concentration of salt formation, whereas endpoint depends upon what? The indicator we use. Indicator will decide endpoint. Equivalence point will be decided by the pH of that salt after formation. Okay. Now, next topic we are going to see is graph. Write down titration graph. Next topic is graph titrations. Titration graph. Okay, titration graphs are very difficult to understand, but I will try to utilize in the simplest pattern so that you can able to answer the all questions. Okay, so here we are titrating. First example, NaOH with HCl. Okay, NaOH is what? With HCl. Understood? So in the container, okay, now first we are going to study about the titration of HCl with NaOH. Okay, what is the difference is here HCl we are going to find out. What we are going to find out? Concentration of HCl we are going to find out. We are going to titrate HCl. For that we are adding what? NaOH. In the container or in the burette, what we are going to have? NaOH. Okay. So this volume will be here, titrate volume. This is called titrate and its volume will be here. And HCl will be initially. So when titrate volume is less, pH will be less or more? pH will be less or more? When titrate volume is less, pH will be less or more? Initially, what is there? Only HCl. So pH will be less. pH will be what happens? It is less. So once we keep on adding the NaOH, so pH will increase or decrease? It will increase. Why? Because base pH will be less, more than 7 and acid pH will be less than 7. So HCl is a strong acid. Stronger the acid, lower will be the pH side. Okay. So once you are adding the NaOH, that's concentration of H plus will keep on converted into H2O. NaOH, OH, HCl, H will react to form H2O. So concentration of H2O will keep on decreases. Therefore, there will be small variation like this and sudden sharp increase. Then it will be like this. Okay. So this is the equivalence point. What is this? Equivalence point. Equivalence point will be based upon the salt we formed. Okay. What is the salt? NaCl. So NaCl is a salt of strong acid and strong base. So equivalence point will be at 7. Equivalence point will be at 7. Is it understood? So like this, based upon the salt. Graph, is it understood why it is started from here and why it reached to here? NaOH is a strong base, so it will be near to the 13. Okay. Stronger the base, higher will be pH. Stronger the acid, lower will be the pH. So base also stronger, acid also stronger. So it entire range is utilized. This sharpness, this length of the sharpness will depend upon the strength of the acid and base. Okay. So both are strong. That's why this length is maximum possible. Okay. If only one is weak and one is strong, then this length will decrease. If both are weak, then length will further decrease. Is it understood? This is about the equivalence point. This is about the graph, and this is the procedure. How to draw the titration graph? Is it simply understood? Note down this and some more things I will add. Okay. Okay, here this is the entire range is applicable. Therefore, we can use more number of indicators. Okay. So if we use the phenolphthalein, end point will be this. Okay. Already I have given you range of the indicators. Okay. If I use phenolphthalein indicator, end point will be from here to here. This range is covered by phenolphthalein. Before range is covered by methyl red. Okay. So if you use the methyl red, you will get end point at this place. If you use the phenolphthalein, you will get the end point at this place. See, but volume is main. Okay. So volume is almost same. So because of the same volume, there won't be any calculation problem. NaOH volume is only we are considering, because after the salt formation, what formula we will use? N1V1 of acid is equal to N2V2 of base. Okay. So here volume, already we know the concentration of NaOH. Already we know the volume of HCl. From this we will calculate volume of base and volume of acid already known, and we will calculate. Okay. So mainly you should remember that end point depends on the indicator you select, whereas equivalent point depend upon the type of salt. It is also called as inflection point. What it is called as? Inflection point. Okay, now we are going to study about the graph. We are going to study about the graph when you are titrating acetic acid with NaOH. Okay, so if you understand the previous graph with complete concept, then it will be easy for you. Okay, here what we are writing, volume of titrate. What is titrate here? NaOH, the substitute, the substance which we are using for identifying, that is called as a titrate, and here we are using NaOH, and our intention is to calculate the concentration of acetic acid. Okay, now previously it was strong acid, so pH will be less. Now it is acetic acid, pH will be less or more, but the same concentration of HCl and CH3COOH, which pH will be less, HCl or CH3COOH. Okay. So if concentration of, let us take 0.1 molar HCl, 0.1 molar CH3COOH. Okay. So then pH of HCl will be less than acetic acid, because stronger the acid, lower will be pH. Is it understood? So there we have started from the bottom. Okay. But here we will start from the top. Okay. Why? Because that was a strong acid. It, for the same concentration I am talking about. So this is going to be very slowly moving, and equivalence point will be below 7 or above 7 or at 7. equivalence point will be found below 7, above 7 or at 7. Before carrying out experiment, we can identify the equivalence point. We have done their numerical just before that. Okay. So everything is chronologically taught to you so that it should be not be a problem to next. Very good. So here it is a salt we are going to form is weak acid and strong base. So the equivalence point will be somewhere around 9. Okay, somewhere around 9, and that also further depends upon the concentration. Okay, so here after that this length will be more. Okay, see in the acid side it is weak, therefore this length steepness is less, but after that NaOH is there, therefore steepness will be more in the NaOH side. Okay, so this is the equivalence point. Equivalence point is also called as inflection point. Okay, inflection point, one end point will be there. This is with respect to phenolphthalein, this is with respect to methyl orange, methyl red. Okay, this is the methyl red end point with respect to methyl red. This is the immediately after it is converting. Okay, see this length is very less as compared to previous one. It is because of what? NaOH or CSSUOH. This is due to what? The steepness has decreased. The steepness has decreased due to acetic acid or NaOH. Acetic acid, weaker substance will reduce the steepness. Stronger substance, steepness will be more. See, from here it is taken over by the NaOH. Up to here it was the responsibility of acetic acid. So the steepness, there is no problem from the NaOH. Problem is from the weak acid, because weak acid will not liberate the H positive that much easily as it is liberated by the strong base or strong acid. So the time they are taking is more, therefore steepness will be more, so less. Okay, so if they are suddenly giving H plus, sudden will increase. Okay, they are slowly giving H plus, slowly increase. Understood? So this is the equivalence point. It is above 7 because base is strong, and methyl red will be below this, and what is this? Phenolphthalein. End point with respect to phenolphthalein will be here, and end point with respect to methyl red here, and equivalence point will be nearly that we can adjust with the change in concentration of NaOH and change in concentration of the acetic acid, which result in the salt concentration. Okay, note down this. Okay, now after explaining the two experiments, now it is easy for you. So I will keep on asking you people and you should answer. Okay. So on y-axis, what are the parameter we take? On y-axis, what we will take? pH. Okay. On x-axis, we will take volume of titrate. Okay. Here titrate is what? NH4OH or HCl. Here titrate is what? Here we are titrating ammonium hydroxide. Our intention is to calculate the pH of NH4OH, and we are using for that purpose HCl. HCl is in burette, ammonium hydroxide is in conical flask. So titrate will be HCl. Okay. The substance which is used to determine the concentration of other is called as a titrate. Okay. Now you tell me where from this slide. I will give you the option A, option B, option C, option D. From where the curve will start. Okay. So here I am giving you 3. This is 5. This is 8. This is 14. Okay, here volume of titrate is HCl. Understood? Now you can tell me from where we can find out. We can find out the starting A, B, C, D. Okay, C is 8 or it is nearby 14. Let us take as 11. 5, 3, 8, 11. What will be the answer? Answer will be from D because it is weaker base. Weaker base, C or D? Weaker base. Stronger the base, stronger will be the, sorry, higher will be the pH. So it is a weaker base, it will be nearby 8. Understood? So as we move from left to right in pH scale, acidic strength increases. Acidic strength, what happens? Decreases. Acidic strength decreases and basic strength increases. So here it is a weak acid. So 11 is not possible or 14 is not possible. C is possible. Okay. Simply we can, if suppose if it is NaOH, then it will be nearby from this one. Okay. So this is just to make you aware about the starting point. Okay. Now let us take the graph is started from here. Now if I keep on adding the HCl, what happens? If I keep on adding the HCl, what happens? pH will increase or decrease? pH will increase or decrease? pH will increase or decrease? Decrease, because we are adding the HCl. Okay. So once we add the HCl, it will keep on decreases. Starting base is there, therefore steepness will be less. But as soon as HCl is added, then steepness will increase. Then the curve will be like this. The curve is going to be like this. How it is? Is it understood now? Is this concept of drawing the graph, is it clear? Now who will tell the equivalence point will be above 7, below 7, at 7. Equivalence point will be above 7, below 7 or at 7. Below 7. Okay, but it will be nearby 5 or 6 like this. Okay, because it is a strong acid. So resultant is going to be acidic only. So equivalence point will be below 7. Is it understood? So this will be equivalence point, end point with respect to phenolphthalein. This will be end point with respect to methyl red, and this is the equivalence point. Okay, equivalence point is based upon identified, at least we can identify nearby location of the equivalence point by comparing the strength of acid or base. Is it clear to all of you? Is it audible? Okay, question on this titration is, here we are titrating weak acid HA with NaOH. Weak acid HA is 20 ml taken in conical flask, and concentration after titration is determined as 0.1 molarity. Okay, and 0.1 molarity NaOH is used. Understood? If the degree of dissociation of HA is negligible, then find out pH of solution at the end point. Okay, minor correction is 6 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Ka of Ha. Ka of Ha is 6 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, so I am explaining here. Listen carefully. So here HCHA plus NaOH. Okay, HA plus NaOH gives NaA. Okay, plus H2O. Na is the salt. Okay, and this salt is going to be salt of weak acid and strong base. Now here we are using the 20 ml of 0.1. So milli equivalent will be how much? 2. 20 ml of 0.1 means milli equivalent of acid available is 2. Per end point we have 0.1 NaOH. So for end point, these two milli equivalent must be same. So this will also be 20 milliliter only. then only we will get 2 milliequivalents. Okay. So volume of NaOH is how much? 20 milliliter. To reach end point, both milliequivalent must be same. Okay. So then this will be 0, this will be 0 that time. After that, this is 0, this is 0, this will be 2. Milliequivalent of salt will be what? 2 at the end point. Okay. Is it clear to all of you? Now salt we have concentration of milliequivalents are 2. So concentration of NaA is equal to 2 milliequivalent divided by 40 milliliter is the solution. How 40 is it understood? 2 by 40. 2 is the milliequivalent to 40 milliliter. Okay. So with this, what you are going to get? C in the formula. Okay. Now, as it is a salt of weak acid and strong base, the formula is going to be pH is equal to 1 by 2 pKw plus pKa plus log C plus what? Log C. Okay. So C value you can put over here. Ka value is given already. Sorry, Ka value. So you apply logarithm 6 minus log 6. pKa will be 6 minus log 6. pKw will be 14. So by simplifying all of this, you will get 8.95. How much you will get? 8.95. Answer to this question is at end point pH will be 8.95. So accordingly, we will select a indicator range whose range will be in this value. Okay, note down this. Okay, previous one was strong base weak acid. Okay, in the previous question. Now another question is equivalence point in a titration of 40 ml of weak monoprotic acid occurs when 35 ml of 0.1 molarity NaOH added. Okay. Then pH of solution is 5.5. After addition of 2 ml of NaOH, find dissociation constant of acid. You write this as a 20 ml of NaOH. Okay, in this question, from the first hint, we have to find out the milliequivalents of acid. Okay, Ha plus NaOH. What it is going to form? NaA plus H2O. Okay, so here about the base, 35 into 0.1, it is equal to 3.5. So once it is 3.5, this also at equivalence point, this also has to be 3.5. Okay. So from this we can find out the milliequivalents of 3.5. Okay. This is first with the first hint we calculated. Okay. Now after that, if this is 3.5, we have added 20 ml of NaOH. 20 into 0.1. 20 into 0.1, it is going to be 2. So after the reaction, this will be left over how much? This is the first condition. With this, we can find out 3.5. From this 3.5, I have written here. 3.5 and 2. After the reaction, which will be left over? This will be left over. Okay. So how much it will be left over? 1.5. How much this will be left over? 0. And how much this will be formed? This will be formed 2. Okay. So salt is 2. Salt is 2 and weak acid is left over. So which formula you will use? Salt and acid. Weak acid, salt of the weak acid with strong base. Which formula we have to use? If we are left with, no, this is not given. Further 20 ml is not added. It is after addition of from the initial pH of the solution is 5.5 initially when 20 ml is added. It is not that after 30 ml or 40 ml this is added. Okay. So this is the 20 ml initially. Okay. So 1.5, 0 and 2. Is it understood? Kindly tell me if I am left with the weak acid, salt of the weak acid with strong base. Which formula we have to use? Very good. We have to use buffer formula. Okay, because it is a which buffer? Acidic buffer or basic buffer? Weak acid plus salt of the weak acid with strong base. Okay. So now we will use the buffer formula. Okay. So up to here I will erase, then I will write the formula here, and left rest all you can substitute and simplify. For acidic buffer, formula is equal to pH is equal to pKa plus log of concentration of salt by concentration of acid. Okay. So pH already given, I think 5.5, and pKa is what we require to find concentration of salt. 2 divided by that concentration, total volume you can write, and 1.5 divided by total volume. As both will be same, they will get cancelled. Okay. So pKa is equal to 5.5 minus log 2 by 1.5. So with this you can find out Ka value. Okay. With this we can find out Ka value. Once again I am explaining. At the equivalence point, we find out the HA equivalent moles, because at equivalence point equivalent moles of base must be equal to equivalent moles of acid. So this was 3.5, so this will be 3.5. Okay. Now after that 3.5 mole equivalent moles of acid is available. To that we have added 20 ml of NaOH whose concentration is 0.1. So that means 2 milli equivalent of base added, 3.5 milli equivalent of acid was available. 3.5 and 2. This is the initial condition. Once you allow them to react, this will be left over. How much left over? 1.5. Will this will be left over? No, 0. Because this is limiting reactant, this is excess reagent. Extra how much? 1.5. And according to this, this will be forming. Okay. So this is 2. So therefore, this is also is going to be 2. Okay. So 2 is the salt, 1.5 is the weak acid. So it is acidic buffer. I have used the acidic buffer and salt by substituting this. And you should get answer as, okay, answer of this Ka. This will be pKa and Ka will be antilog. After applying the antilog, you will get 4.22 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So that is the Ka. Is it clear?